Hi there, my name's Erica. I'm going to show you a little therapeutic yoga routine for the hands, wrists, and forearms to help work out any tension from the day, remove any scar tissue. It's great for anyone who does a lot of repetitive movements, musicians, body workers, estheticians, and hairstylists. This is a really great thing to incorporate into your self-care routine. So this is a seated routine. You can either be on a chair, on the floor, seated on a block is really nice. Lets the legs relax a little bit more so the body can be comfortable. We're going to start with the right hand, palm facing. Left hand comes around behind to take hold of the thumb, and then pressing the wrist away, we're going to pull the hand back towards us, pull the thumb back towards us, spreading the fingers wide, relaxing the shoulder. Trying to keep the wrist up in line with the shoulder. Taking a couple of breaths here. Just noticing where you feel it as you're pulling the thumb back. And releasing the thumb, taking the index finger, pulling that index finger back. So the fingers are spreading wide to activate the hand. And the palm is coming forward, so it's as if you're pressing into the wall in front of you, and then your finger is pulling back. So it's almost like making a box or a square with those angles. Shoulder stays relaxed. Releasing that, taking the next finger, the middle finger, and pulling back. Check out your wrist. Try and make it parallel to the ground, not tilting in or out. Try and keep that arm straight, the fingers spread wide, the palm spreading. And releasing that, taking the next finger. You can feel the different areas of the forearm where you're feeling this with each finger. Some of them will have a stronger sensation than others. And releasing that finger, taking the last finger. Make sure you're not pulling the wrist and the hand out of alignment, keeping them nice and straight, keeping that shoulder relaxed, keeping the spine straight, back of the neck long, spreading the fingers wide. And then releasing that. You can give it a shake if that feels good. Then we're going to pull the hand back towards us. So the back of the hand is facing us. Fingers and thumb are together. And then we're going to pull the opposite hand, pull the hand and the fingers back. And again, it's not just the palm, it's also the fingers. So pulling both of them back. Getting as much of an angle on both the palm and the fingers as possible. Relaxing the shoulder. Pressing the wrist away, keeping the breath nice and steady, and relaxing that, making a fist with the hands, keeping the fist active as the opposite hand takes the outside of the fingers and just pulls back towards the shoulder. Relaxing that shoulder, pressing the wrist away as you pull your hands back, taking some breaths. And then starting with just coming towards the center, then we're going to move over to the inside. So it's like you're taking that fist to the opposite elbow. And really pressing out through the wrist. Feeling this in a new location. And releasing that and coming to the opposite side as if you're going to reach out past the elbow. The wrist is nice and high, shoulders relaxed, the arm is straight, the spine is straight. And releasing that, giving it a good shake out. And then we'll come over to the other side. So the left hand comes palm facing, right hand comes around to take the thumb, pressing the palm away, or pressing the wrist away, pulling the palm back, pulling the fingers back, spreading the fingers wide, relaxing the shoulder, taking a breath. And releasing that, taking the index finger, pressing the wrist away, keeping that wrist nice and level, spreading the fingers wide, making as much space in the joints as possible. You can close your eyes here and really focus on the sensations, where you're feeling them. Releasing that finger, coming to the next one. Drawing it back, pressing out evenly through both sides of the wrist, spreading the fingers wide. Relaxing that one, taking the next finger, that ring finger, spreading wide, taking nice slow breaths, relaxing the shoulder. And then the last finger, pressing that side of the wrist away, that pinky edge of the wrist away, pulling everything back, relaxing the shoulder. And then releasing that, giving it a shake. And palm faces away from you, fingers are pressed together. Opposite hand comes to pull the palm and the fingers back. Again, pressing the wrist away. This is a really active movement. So this top hand is active, but also the bottom arm is really active, pressing away. Just breathing into that. Again, just sensing where the sensation is, and imagine you have a pencil and you can draw an outline of where you're feeling it. That helps to focus your mind a little bit and makes it a bit more realistic rather than it's just hurting everywhere. And releasing that, making a fist, keeping that fist strong, taking the opposite hand to pull the fist back towards the shoulder. Relaxing that shoulder away from the ear, pressing the wrist away, keeping the arm nice and straight and high. Breathing. Noticing the difference from one hand to the other and from the top to the bottom of the forearm. And then releasing that a little bit so you can bring it to the opposite shoulder, working on the inside of the wrist to the inside of the forearm. Breathing. And relaxing that, and then taking it to the outside. Trying to keep the wrist fairly level as you bring that the hand, the fist, away from level. Keeping the shoulder relaxed. One more breath here. And then relaxing that and just shaking of the hands. And then we're going to bring our arms out in line so that the wrist is in line with the shoulder, which is down here. Sometimes we think it's up here, but keeping it nice and low. Fingers are spreading, or not spreading, but pointing forward, reaching forward as much as you can. Shoulders are staying on the back, shoulder blades stay on the back. And then we're just going to make a fist and open wide. And make a fist and open wide, spreading the fingers as wide as you can, spreading the palms as wide as you can. So super active hands here. And super active breathing as well, nice and steady, really mindful breaths. And then leaving the hands out, bringing the fingers and the thumbs together. And we're going to turn the fingers out and turn the fingers in. Turn the fingers out, turn the fingers in. And try to make the hands the only thing that moves here so the wrists stay nice and steady and flat. Arms are straight. The more you can spread the fingers away, the more space you create in the joints. Just doing a few more here. And then coming back to center and releasing that. So that's a nice little hand and forearm routine that you can do every day, and I hope you enjoyed it. Namaste.